All right, what we're going to use today is a 1/16 ounce jig head with a number 4 sickle hook on it. It is a swirl, which I tie a lot of these. They're pretty cool looking. So anyway, what we're going to use today, little Sally Hansen's, Danville's 210 denier, right there, the waxed, pair of forceps, pair of scissors, and there's our silver flash that we're going to use. And also we're going to use some of this silver and white Chanel, which came from Hobby Lobby. So there we go. So let's get this started, and we'll drop it right here in the jig. All right, we're going to start with some Sally Hansen's. Put that on there to where that thread will sit up good. And we're going to wrap from right behind the head all the way to the hook point. Go right back. Cut your excess off. Now, I think I forgot to show you what kind of feather we're going to use. Right here, excuse me, a little 4-inch feather. I don't like using these a whole lot, but I got to mess up, so I'm going to use them up. And you can really only get about 1 or 2 ties out of this feather. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to kind of cut it at a little bit of an angle, just like that. So I'm going to flip it around. And that's not what I'm looking for. So not going to get what I'm looking for. I'm going to that trash. That's what I'm looking for. Right there. See that V back here? So I'm going to come up. I'm going to cut the rest of that feather off. Aha. That's what we want right there. So we're going to do a little measuring. And I'm going to cut this off right here. I'm going to stick it down around my hook shank. Take a couple of good tight wraps. I'm going to spread this baby out around that shank hook before I go down on it very tight. There we go. All right. I'm going to wrap it up pretty tight right there. Got a wild one. We're going to trim it off just to make sure it doesn't get in the way anywhere. There's our feather. Now, we're going to take some of this silver flash. I usually take about 4 or 5 strands, something like that, because I always double them. And cut that off. Double them up. Stick them right up behind that thread. A couple of pretty tight wraps. Let's lay them down. I spread mine out. A lot of people like leaving them on the belly. My fish come from all angles. They don't always come from the belly. So I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to give it some good tight wraps. Pull pretty hard. Some Sally Hansen's hard as nails. And then this. I haven't even opened it yet, so we're going to get some of this right here. And just pull out what we think we need. Do a little cut. I double this stuff up because it's not real thick. So there we go. Got her doubled up there. Pull it down. I'm going to cut it where I don't get a twist in there. Lay it right up here on the jig. Pull her tight. Go back to the head. put a little bit of a twist on these just to keep those things tight when I'm twisting two of them together. And it stays pretty doggone tight. I get right up there. Take a few wraps, flip it over, take a few more wraps, flip it over. I like to make sure that baby's in there good and tight. I cut off the excess, come back. If there's any of that stuff on the head, I trim it back. Now, I do want to put a little bit of a red neck on it. So I'm going to put some extra thread right here. That's looking pretty good. And all we got now is just to do a little whip finish on it. 1, 2, 4, 5. And I'm going to do it one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Cut that off. Little Sally Hansen's, hard as nails, just to seal those threads up. Here we go. Check that jig out right there. It's got a lot of flash to it. It's got white, it's got yellow, it's got black, it's got green. Man, that head is pretty as they come, too. Well, thanks for tuning in. You can find me on Facebook at 79 Custom Jigs. Instagram, same thing. Do have a little website up. There's links on Facebook to get to the website. I got a few jigs up there for sale. I also have some for sale on Facebook. So y'all tune in. And if you just need the heads, no problem. I'll make you a whole mess of heads and ship them to you. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Have another video coming out shortly.